What's up, everybody? This your boy, Mr. T Money 1993, back with another vid. Um, just got through watching Buffalo Heroes vid. Listen to him talk crazy talk again. Um, start off talking about Charles Godfrey and pulling stats out of his ass like tackling efficiency. Who the hell talks about tackling efficiency? Didn't you say he had like 15 tackles? Wrong. And you said he missed like 11 or something crazy. Charles Godfrey had like 10 tackles, and he had a sack against Russell Wilson, playing free safety, which he played strong safety for most of his career, but he switched to free safety this year because Nakamura sucks. What else did you talk about? You talked about Stevie Johnson having more yards than Sidney Rice. You're right. You're right. Stevie Johnson had 3 catches for 39 against the Patriots, and Sidney Rice had 2 catches for 35 yards. And I don't even remember saying he had more yards, but okay, if you said I said it, then I said it. But 4 yards is not that big of a difference. And you said Stevie Johnson's way better than. You contradicted yourself. You said Stevie Johnson's way better than all the Seahawks receivers combined. But then you talked about Stevie Johnson dropping a pass. I don't understand how you're better than somebody else dropping the ball. You talked about Doug Baldwin having 91 yards. You're right. He had 91 yards against us. He did good. I'm gonna tell you why though. Okay, with Mike Mitchell hurt, Quentin Michael had to start at safety. Quentin Michael is not really in football shape right now. So one of our nickel and dime cornerbacks, DJ Moore, had to go play safety some, which means he wasn't playing on a slot receiver, which would be Doug Baldwin. So yes, Doug Baldwin had 91 yards, but does he get that with DJ Moore on him? I don't think so. And Mike Mitchell's back, meaning Quentin Michael is back to being the backup, and DJ Moore is back to being our corner for nickel and dime situations. Um, but I mean, yeah, Russell Wilson threw 320 something yards on us. You're right. EJ Manuel's not Russell Wilson, not yet. And Russell Wilson is, I mean, he was running for his life all afternoon, and he was being able to pass on the run because that's what he's good at doing. Um, it wasn't like Russell Wilson just sitting back picking us apart, and most of his passing yards came in the second half when we were starting to get tired. Um, as far as our pass rush, I mean, even our backups can get pass rush. Kawan Short can get. He's a backup defensive tackle. He can get pressure. That's what he's known for, defensive tackle with pass rush moves. Frank Alexander, when he can quit running his mouth and getting ejected, is a pretty good pass rusher. Mario Addison is a backup defensive end who played pretty good in the preseason. Even you'll probably see 4 linebackers for us. You'll probably see Beason, Kuechly, Davis, and then Beason will get tired at times, and we'll bring in Chase Blackburn, who's won 2 Super Bowl rings on the Giants, and is a pretty good linebacker. He started for the Giants. Secondary, I don't see Stevie Johnson putting in that much work. I really don't, especially if we put Captain Muddle in on him. Now, if y'all move Stevie Johnson in a slot, and we play like we don't man up and move Captain with him, he may have a little bit of success, but I don't think that much because EJ Manuel's not gonna have that much time. Talked about y'all gonna hold D'Angelo to 60, 70 yards and a touchdown. I don't see that happening. D'Angelo ran for 80 something, 90 something yards against the Seahawks, and Seahawks defense is way better than yours. So I don't see that happening. Only way I see us only rushing for 60, 70 yards with D'Angelo is if our passing game is that dominant where Cam's just lighting y'all up. You talked about that Alfonso or whatever his name is that's going to guard Greg Olsen. I didn't hear you say how you going to stop Steve Smith, how you going to stop Braden LaFell, how you going to stop Armani Edwards, how you going to stop Ted Ginn, how you going to stop Dominique Hickson, which Dominique Hickson is our third receiver. And then we got three guys really who could be our number three receiver. And that's Armani, who's gonna run across the middle. Y'all don't have anybody who's like gonna punish anybody really for running across the middle. Dominique Hickson, which can do a little bit of everything, and Ted Ginn, who can take the top off your defense. And Smitty. I mean, y'all missing people in the secondary. Y'all missing Gilmore, who's supposed to be y'all shutdown corner. Y'all missing Jarris Bird. So I just don't see. I mean, I don't see y'all really being able to stop our run. Definitely. And I don't see y'all really limiting us on the pass. He talked about CJ Spiller, and I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I respect CJ Spiller, but he averaged 2.7 yards a carry against the Patriots. 2.7. The Jets was running up. I mean, the Jets was getting yards on the Patriots. The Patriots defense is not that good. And you averaging 2.7 yards a carry. And again, where he's gonna be able to run. All our linebackers can go sideline to sideline. Luke Kuechly led the NFL in tackles. Led the NFL. I just don't see CJ Spiller having that much success. He talked about he was probably gonna bust one and da 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 da. The biggest run we gave up all last game was maybe 15 yards, somewhere around there, 15, 17, something like that. And that wasn't to Marshawn, it wasn't to Russell. I think it was like to their backup running back. So come on, I just don't see where y'all gonna have that much success. Y'all best lineman y'all had, y'all let go on free agency. What's his name? Andy something. Andy LaVridge, whatever his name is. He went to the Titans. He was a guard. That was your best lineman, and y'all lost him. Defensive line, y'all don't really have. I mean, y'all got good defensive tackles. Marcel Daris is okay. He's been playing better, and Kyle Williams is pretty good. But Mario Williams not designed to stop the run. He's a pass rusher, and he's going probably up against Jordan Gross. Because Jordan Gross is a good left tackle. He's been holding it down for 10 plus years. The reason why I brought up Fred Jackson having more receiving yards is because you kept on bragging on Stevie Johnson. And I'm like, really? You bragging on the guy who has less yards than our running back catching the ball? And then you talked about him having a drop. So you can't praise him and act like he's Randy Moss reincarnated and then talk about him having an important drop. You talked about keep on bringing up y'all penalties this, y'all penalties that. We had a whole lot of big penalties. We had Armand Smith getting 2 dumb penalties, to where Steve Smith came at him and yelling at him. You can watch it on NFL Panthers 07, his thing. And we got Frank Alexander getting himself ejected for continuing on after the play and that type of stuff. So we had dumb penalties too. Hopefully we'll take care of that. I don't see Frank Alexander doing that same thing. And if Armand Smith messes up too many times, Steve Smith might rip his head off. So I'm not saying it's impossible for y'all to win. I just don't see an edge y'all have. Rookie quarterback who threw for 150 yards last week. EJ Manuel's talented, but y'all receiving core ain't even all that. Stevie Jackson's, he's pretty good. He's not top tier receiver, but he's pretty good. Robert Woods, okay, he's a rookie, only had 1 catch. TJ Graham had no receptions against the Patriots. TJ Graham doesn't put fear in my heart. Sorry. And Scott Chandler's not a Greg Olsen. Shoot. So, like I said, I'm not saying it's impossible for us to lose or it's an automatic win as soon as we step on the field. I don't see an edge y'all have to win. Meaning if we play especially the way we played last week, I see us having a lot more success. Because y'all are not the Seahawks on defense, and y'all do not have a Russell Wilson on offense. So anyway, like I said in probably one of my other videos, this ain't really a hate week for me. It's just, going back and forth with you. It's been pretty good. it's cool that you've been trying to talk football, even though half the shit you've been saying is wrong or like stuff that doesn't really matter. But I mean, good try, good try. It was nice slapping you around this week. Um, Last thing though, you talked about what I said about the expansion team. What did I say that was totally crazy? I said we were a totally different team if Kerry Collins was a quarterback. Yes, that's a true statement. Frank Rich was pretty much done by the time he came to us, and he started at the beginning of the season. Kerry Collins was a rookie in '95, a rookie who, in his second year starting, took us to the NFC Championship game. So yes, I can say we were a totally different team when Kerry Collins started. We were able to move the ball better. Defense was able to do more stuff. Kerry Collins was a better quarterback. Now, he might have lost it years later, but he was a way better quarterback than Frank Rich. But I mean, y'all won. I'm not knocking that. Y'all won in '95. I'm just saying we were a different team when Kerry Collins started. It's not an excuse. It's not today is trying to say this or that. I mean, it's just a fact. But anyway, this is just my reply to Buffalo Heroes. Um, it's pretty much about to be Sunday in 9 minutes. I'm ready for the game. I'm pumped. Of course, since it's in Buffalo, I'll be watching it. Um, I'm excited. Hoping my Panthers can go 1-1. Hoping Tampa Bay somehow pulls out a win so we can be tied for first place in the NFC South. But this is Mr. T Mike 1993, and I'm out.